we've spoken so much. The athletic sporting event that you're involved in. All right, Kyle Shanahan with that. James Palmer, Omar Ruiz with us to talk this one. James, it is the first time these two teams have met in the postseason since that Richard Sherman viral moment after the 2013 NFC Championship game. I know we've spoken so much about Brock Purdy. That defense, though, for the 49ers has done the job this year in the other two against Geno Smith.
Yeah, I've done a pretty good job this season, right? Number one total defense in the NFL, number one scoring defense in the NFL. And if you ask anybody in that defensive front, they'll tell you they're probably ranked number one in the NFL, Andrew, in terms of intimidation factor. That's how they carry themselves, with a violent, really, nature and mentality on that side of the ball. I did the previous matchup, the last one, that Thursday night game in Seattle between these two teams. And when I talked to players in the locker room, they told me that they felt like they affected Geno Smith before the game even started. Now, they've had a lot of success in both the matchups, though, against Geno Smith this season. He has 102 passer rating for the season, 87 in the two games that he played against this 49ers defense. And multiple guys had told me they saw early on he was throwing the football into the ground because of pressure. He was checking the football down repeatedly because of the pressure. They do feel like they have Geno Smith's number in a sense, Andrew, and that's kind of the mentality they have. This defense so talented going into this game that they feel like the third time around is going to be like the first two.
Yeah, James, there's no question this 49ers defense is looking to intimidate. And with as much talk as there is about these quarterbacks' first time in the playoffs for Geno Smith and Brock Purdy, this might come down to the running game. Forecast for rain in Santa Clara just in the last couple hours has gone up from 94% to 98%. Of course, there's Christian McCaffrey, who the 49ers are undefeated with when they inserted him into the lineup full time. He's averaging 183 scrimmage yards per game against the Seahawks in his career, including that 138-yard performance in the game James referenced a few years ago. Defensively, the 49ers are ranked second in stopping the run. They're eighth offensively, and Pete Carroll knows the challenge that they're up against. He knows it's going to come down to limiting their mistakes, limiting turnovers. And Clint Hurt said schematically they know that Kyle Shanahan's scheme taxes defenses. It'll come down to discipline and preparation. He said they'll go back and look at the plays from earlier this year, that some of the plays will be the same that they'll see, but they won't look the same, not just from this season, the last 4 or 5 years. If the Seahawks defense can be prepared and answer that bell physically, that should be the matchup to watch here on Saturday.